Well, I made it to the beach. This is it's about a 20-minute ferry to get here. And Cape Lookout National Seashore. And I think there might be 10 people on the beach. It's very secluded. You have to, like I said, take a ferry to get here. But this place is known for some of the best shelling on the East Coast. So I'm really excited to see what I find. And I'm gonna stop talking and get to walking because I gotta be out of here in about 2 hours for the last shuttle. So, how cool. I'm assuming it's dead because it's pretty far away from the beach, but that is awesome. Well, I can't say I've ever found one of these before on a beach. Sorry, little guy. Sorry, all dried out. All right, let's go see the lighthouse. Cape Lookout Lighthouse, built in 1859, is a 163-foot-high lighthouse located on the southern Outer Banks of North Carolina. The checkered day mark intended not only for differentiation between similar lighthouses, but also to show direction. The center of the black diamonds points in a north-south direction, while the center of the white diamonds points east to west. The Cape Lookout Lighthouse Keeper's Quarters Museum and the lighthouse itself can only be accessed by private ferry as part of the Cape Lookout National Seashore. All right, well, I am at my campsite here in Croatan National Forest, and now I'm about to make some dinner real quick. I'm going to do a little chicken teriyaki stir fry type thing, a hybrid meal, but should be good. So first thing I did was I bought some pre-marinated chicken thighs and a stir fry vegetable mix, and then I also have a sauce packet that I'm going to use. And I cut my chicken up pretty good, just into strips, and then I have my chair in the way. I got my cast iron warming up. It's a little windy, so it's blowing the ash around everywhere, which just extra flavor. My dinner is cooking. Give you a little tour of my campsite. I'm at campsite 26 at the Flanders Beach campground here in Croatan National Forest. There's a van. Got my solar panel out, catching a few extra rays before it gets sundown. I got my little fire pit there. Next door is empty. And right behind me, if you can see it, I have a nice river access there. Well, we're getting there. I've got another 5 minutes. And the finished product. Heating up some water so I can do my dishes once I eat. But this looks pretty good. Well, that wasn't a bad night. A little chilly. I think it got to about 33. But a very quiet campground. Very dark. It's the first time I've slept without like, you know, parking lot lights and A little bit of light coming into the van, but very dark last night, but that's okay. Super clear night, so I was able to see the stars and sit out by the campfire and enjoy myself. Made a little coffee. So, just waiting for it to warm up a little bit more, and then I will get dressed and head out for today. There's a couple little trails in the forest that I'm going to try to do. Shouldn't be muddy or anything, so I'm not worried about that, but we'll see what I find. Okay, so I just got to my hiking destination for this afternoon, and before I mess it up again, I was just schooled on how to say where I'm at. I was pronouncing it Croatan National Forest, but it's actually pronounced Croatan. Croatan National Forest in eastern North Carolina. So right now I am going to be doing a trail called the Patsy Pond Nature Trail. There's quite a bit of people here, so I think that's a good thing. But see what we see. Noisy by the road, but there we are, Patsy Pond Nature Trail. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can. I don't know what Bob's sinkhole is. There it is. Bob's sinkhole. So I have a question that I've always wondered. Why do these pine trees not have any branches on their bottom halves? I've always wondered this, especially when I'm coastal. I'm only like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes from the beach, and I don't think it's an age thing because these younger ones kind of do the same thing. You can see that one's maybe 20 feet tall, but then it just kind of stops. So if anybody knows the answer to that question, leave me a comment, because I'd really like to know. Man, not a single alligator. I thought I would at least see one. It's too warm out today. I don't know what these are. There's a couple of them along the shoreline, but I don't know if they're alligator dens or not. Definitely a lot of trails coming to and from the water. So, towards the end of my little hike, I passed this family, and they had these two little boys with them. And the one boy ran up to me, and he gave me this. Now, in his defense, this is probably one of the biggest pine cones I've ever seen. Pretty cool. I think I'm going to hang on to it for a while. But I think it's about 3 o'clock. So after that, maybe I'll clean up a little bit and then start working on dinner. So, see you there. So it occurs to me now, after I've had my shower and a little snack, I never really talked about the hike at all. It wasn't really a hike. It was more of, well, like it was described as a nature trail. And it was very flat. The trail was mostly sand. But it took you around a few little ponds and back through, you know, some wooded areas as well. Quite crowded. More crowded than I thought it would be. Leaving, there was a line of people waiting to park. So, glad I got there when I did. This is a river. It's huge. Massive. Well, I'm going to pack all this up and make my way to Fort Macon State Park. Fort Macon State Park, located on Bogue Banks near Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, first opened in 1936. Fort Macon State Park is the second most visited state park in North Carolina, with an annual visitation of 1.3 million people. Built in 1826, it consists of 2,379,000 bricks. Early in 1862, during the American Civil War, Union forces were ordered to bombard the fort. For 11 hours, the Union Army inflicted major damage on the fort, estimated that the fort was hit 560 times directly. After the Civil War ended in 1865, the fortress was abandoned and left to decay until the 1930s, when the Civilian Conservation Corps restored it, and on May 1st, 1936, it became North Carolina's first functioning state park. During December 1941 to November 1944, the U.S. Army occupied the fort during World War II because of its strategic location to monitor and attack German U-boats out in the ocean. Well, that wraps up my time in North Carolina, and I gotta keep going, so stay tuned.